Sri Visnu-sahasranama, name 944, Suvira. It's quite an easy name to understand. Vira means hero. It's a commonly used word in Hindi. Veer, the sound at the end becomes dropped, or beer. And su is a preposition which means good. We have already had the name Veer twice in Vishnu Sahasranama. So Veer, Suvira. It's the same thing except that the preposition su, good, adds something. A Vira, a hero, is generally expected to be a good person. If you praise someone as a hero, it's praise. So Suvira means a very good hero. We've had the name Viraha 4 times in Vishnu Sahasranama. It means he kills heroes. So he's the best hero if he kills others who are considered heroes. Of course, if the other heroes are bad, which they are. Anyway, this name's been discussed one way or another quite a few times in this series of talks, and of course we're always happy to speak the same things again, because the glories of the Supreme Lord, who is valorous, heroic, it's always desirable, always blissful to discuss in the company of devotees who have faith in all these topics. One who is valorous is the general understanding of the word vira, but it can be understood also that ir means to go, and in that case both su and vi are upasagas or prepositions, su again meaning good, and vividha meaning various. So there we get someone who variously goes in good ways. Anyway, we'll get back to that. Parashara Bhatta takes the meaning valorous, heroic for the term vira, and in this instance of the name explains it to mean one who is heroic in defending his devotees from downfall and uplifting those who have suffered a downfall. Very important to remember this, because especially in this Kali Yuga, those of us who are endeavoring to go up in Krishna consciousness are always prone to fall, and we can remember and pray to that Suvira to help us. Krishna, 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 Raksha Mam. Krishna, 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 Pahi Mam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prayed to Krishna, protect me, maintain me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is Vishvambara, the maintainer of all the worlds, but he's praying for protection. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us how we should pray. Srimad Sri Mushnam Andavan explains the name Shobana Vira Ya Saha Suviraha. Shobana, he's very nice, very desirable, very attractive. He's not just a good fighter, but he's beautiful also. He's very brave and valorous and very good looking also. It's possible to be a great fighter, but to be physically ugly. We do see that the Kshatriyas, in the traditional Kshatriyas of India, they're mostly very good looking and valorous. A Kshatriya who's not a good fighter is no Kshatriya at all. these things often go together. That's good karma. All the good things come together. Wealth, fame, reputation, bodily strength, intelligence. These are all symptoms of good karma. Kshatriya is highly responsible, and has good karma. He has to use that to protect the citizens. And Krishna is the paragon of all kshatriyas in his Vasudev Leela. He protects the world. He's the most gorgeously good-looking and very valorous and brave also. He's the most gorgeously good-looking in his Vrindavan Leela, and he's a great hero of love also, for the gopis especially. Namalva, he praises Lord Krishna. He's so valorous, such an expert hero, that he was conducting the Mahabharata war without even participating directly as a fighter. He was participating, but just as the charioteer of Arjuna, and with the stick he used for directing the horses, or the reins. He couldn't kill with that. It's not a weapon for killing, but he was so expert in driving Arjuna's chariot that Arjuna was able, for the sake of Krishna, was what Krishna wanted, to reduce the burden of the earth by destroying the fighters on both sides. So Krishna, by manipulating Arjuna's chariot, he was able to facilitate Arjuna's killing so many others. And also Krishna, by being present, Yatra Yogeshvara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanadaraha, Tatra Shriya Vijayo Bhutiya Dhruva Nitya Matir Mata. Just by being present with Arjuna, he showed there would be victory, morality, there would be opulence. All these qualities would be there. The explanation of Satyadeva Vashishta, he takes Shobhana to mean Sarala. Very nice, very simple, very straightforward. And then Vividha cha iraha, gati yasya sa Suviraha. His movements are beautiful, graceful, elegant. Previously we've discussed how it's described, in a previous talk I've discussed how the movements of Ramachandra, Gajagati, sometimes he moves like an elephant, Sinhagati, sometimes like a lion, Vyagragati, sometimes like a tiger, Sarpagati, sometimes he moves like a snake, in the sense that the movement of a snake is quite fascinating. And similarly, in the temple processions of Vishnu deities in South India, the deities are brought out, and there are different kinds of movements which the bearers, they do to give pleasure to the Lord. But Satyadeva Vashishta takes it in a different way. He takes that the Satyadeva Vashishta, he sees Bhagavan in nature. He's almost like a nature worshipper, which is not invalid, of course. Seeing God, the Supreme, in nature. So he gives the example of Bhagavan manifesting himself beautifully in Dakshinayana, Uttarayana, the movement or the sun in the southern course, in the northern course, and then there are all the different planets moving. It's all the movements of Bhagavan, because it's not different from him in one sense. three kinds of hero. Velakuri Krishnan distinguishes Vira, the name we're using now, Shura Parakrama. Vira is one who doesn't get disturbed seeing the power and might of the opposition. Shura is one who gets right inside the opposing army and wipes them out completely. Parakrama refers to the quality where the fighter is victorious and doesn't get harmed or injured at all. Although Srila Prabhupada commented that for a kshatriya, he shouldn't go out to fight in a battle, he should come back with some injury. It's hard not to get some injury at all. It's a status symbol among fighters to have some injury showing. I remember hearing as a child, Glasgow was the most, in Britain, was the most prevalent city for gangs and street fighting, and it was a prestige symbol for a young man to have a scar on his face from a knife wound. That's the perverse reflection of the valor of kshatriyas and of Krishna. So in this name Suvira, Bhagavan's quality as a Vira, a Shura, and his Parakrama, they're all described. Going back to the context of his killing a crocodile, we're back to the Gajendra Leela. Why this big term? Vira is already a big term. Hero, Suvira, very special, great hero. And why you have to bring out this name in the context of just killing a crocodile? Whew. Did you hear the amazing thing? He killed a crocodile. Oh. Well, it's not something that everyone can do, but killing a crocodile, it's not like something that you'd expect to be remembered or written about, sung about for centuries on end. Killing Ravana, okay, well, that's something big. But in both cases, what counts for the Lord himself, enemy of my devotee. Whether it's some insignificant crocodile, of course, not that insignificant. Don't go and play with crocodiles. Living in Florida, there are so many alligators wandering around all over the place. Be careful. Yeah, everywhere, even in the center of Baroda city, you see a sign there as the river goes down. There's little forest and going down toward the river, Vishvamitri going through the city. There's a sign: beware of crocodiles. So it's not such a small thing, but for Bhagavan to kill a crocodile, what's the big thing? But it is a big thing because he takes it as a big thing that I have to defend my devotee. Shankara also uses that interpretation of moving, going, who moves, everything he does, all his movements are auspicious. Ramayana, we have the title Ramayana, which literally means the movements of Lord Rama. Another commentator, Anantakrishna Shastri, takes it out that he moves within the hearts of all living beings, especially in the hearts of the devotees, the yogis. In the sun's disk, he moves along with the sun. He's in the Milky Ocean. He's in so many different places at once. He moves in various ways, and they're all divinely glorious. Or he exhibits in all his avatars, in all his pastimes, inimitable splendor, inimitable valor, heroism in all his actions, all his activities, all his achievements. Another commentator, Radha Krishna Shastri, takes the same root, movement, and puts it around the other way, that we can approach him, we can go to him through different paths. We find in Gita, karma, jnana, yoga, bhakti, they all ultimately aim at Krishna. Yayata mang prapadyante tangs tathaiva bhajamyaham. Mama vartmanu vartante manusha partha sarvashaha. Krishna says, as they approach me, I reward them accordingly. But everyone is on my path. Everyone is, by some means or another, either moving toward Krishna or moving away from him. We should move toward him. He gives various paths. Of course, the paths of karma, jnana, and yoga, they are paths by which we should come to the path which actually reaches up to him, which is bhakti. Now, we may consider Bhishma Dev, Bhishma Acharya. He's already described the name, he's given this quality of virya, heroism. Twice he's given the name Vira. So why is he now saying Suvira? Now one way to appreciate this subtlety is that the name Vira was in reference to his valor, his parakrama, in encountering his enemies in general. As we saw in the study of the name Viraha, which came up 4 times. Those who are Viras, those who are endowed with valor or skill to defeat the opponents, they're of two kinds, good and bad. Heroes and villains. You could say Ravana is in one sense a hero, but the real term is villain because he's a bad hero. So Krishna is a Suvira. Yeah, Ravana's a hero, Hiranyakashipu's a hero in as much as they're bold, they're vigorous, they're powerful, they're valiant, they conquer over others. But they're villains because they do it for the wrong reason. Krishna is superhero of all superheroes. He's the best of all. Suvira. His name that appeared previously is Vira, was unpacked, interpreted in the matter of him countering or destroying the villains, the Kuviras, not the Suviras. Suvira means good hero, Kuvira means bad hero, villain, who use their virya, their virility, their power to commit atrocities, to torture others, to propagate adharma, just as Krishna is propagating dharma. Others propagate adharma. So Krishna cuts those kuviras. He destroys those heroes, those conquerors who want to win by using their strength for adharmic causes. We find that Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, they were specifically targeting persons who followed dharma. They wanted to stop dharma. And then there are others, great heroes of learning, scholarship, who use their great learning and scholarship to try to establish fallacious arguments. They're very fond of disputing in philosophical discussions and trying to establish all kinds of wrong ideas, but Krishna refutes them all. In Bhagavad Gita, in his Vedanta Sutras. Another quality, Suvira, the best kind of heroism, is to use his heroism, he, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to help his devotees, to ensure that his devotees, who will definitely, in their practice of Krishna consciousness in this very bad world, the devotees will definitely encounter all kinds of obstacles. But with his help, his support, his cheering us on and helping us along, we will in the end come out of it auspiciously, conquer over all bad elements, and go back to him. In other words, this current name, Suvira, is especially describing the quality of the Lord of ensuring auspiciousness to his devotees under all circumstances, even if sometimes things seem to be going all wrong for devotees. The very fact that they're connected to Krishna, Krishna is looking after them. So we should meditate upon him and worship him, and if we do so, he will reciprocate more and more with us, help us more and more, and give us tremendous strength and help us amid all different threats, setbacks, obstacles, and so on. Baladev Vidyabhushan is describing the present series of names in reference to Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. The previous name he gave us Bhuvo Lakshmi. He adorns the land of Vraja. Therefore, Baladev says, he is Suvira. He has splendid heroes as friends. He adorns the land of Vraja, and he has also friends who are Suvira, similar to himself, such as Sridhama, Subhadra. These are cowherd boyfriends. Another understanding, he's supremely supreme. No one above him. He's the highest and the best. So he's called Suvira. No one to compare. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasinubhyavacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.